Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elijah, and today we're going to talk about some of the updates that you currently know about Apple, like the earbud that was currently released like 2 days ago, and we're also going to talk about iPhone 13, which John Proxer just released some pictures about the iPhone 13, and we're going to take a look at that and how it are currently looking, and we're also going to talk about iOS 15, which was just released 2 weeks ago, and some of the features that iOS 15 were actually confirmed from the video that I made about the rumors about iOS 15 and not the upcoming features that will be coming to iOS 15. So let's get into it. So the first thing that we are going to talk about is actually the earbud, which was actually released 2 days ago. So before it was actually released, LeBron James was actually seen walking around with the earbuds 2 days ago. He was actually into the picture, and you guys can actually be asking, what is LeBron James actually doing in this video? LeBron James actually seen with the earbuds 2 days ago, walking around with the earbud, which was something that everyone wasn't actually expecting LeBron James to actually leak the Apple product, but he was actually the first one to actually leak it. And 2 days ago, it was actually confirmed that the earbud were actually the one that LeBron James was actually wearing, and they are actually released. As you guys can actually remember that Beat by Dre was actually bought by Apple some years back ago, and now it's actually owned by Apple. So the earbud is also part of Apple. So LeBron James leaked the earbud 2 days ago, which was some of the things that we are not expecting, but it's actually happening right now. So we're also going to talk about how much it's actually costing right now. The earbud is only going for $150, and I haven't actually tested the earbud right now, but according to the reviews that I've watched and heard about the earbud, actually something that you can actually afford, and they are not bad for the price that you are getting them from $150, which is something that I was actually surprised by, because Beat by Dre is actually known for the highest paid products. They usually release it on about $400, but this time we actually decided to release some earbud about $150, and that's something that we haven't currently seen so far with the earbud or Beat by Dre product since 2014, when it was actually released and being brought to all the major people, like I can say like celebrities, who are actually promoting the Beat by Dre product. So we are also going to talk about the iOS 15 and all the upcoming features that were actually brought to the iOS 15 two weeks ago by Apple, when we are actually holding their WWDC program. It was actually a recorded video that they decided to host as a live the same day on a Monday. It was actually on a Monday. Everyone was actually expecting it to be on a Tuesday, which was one of the first events we were actually surprised this year to actually be on a Monday, and they got us by surprise. So the first thing and the first feature that we actually brought onto the iOS 15 is actually about FaceTime. FaceTime was actually one of the biggest features that we are actually talking about on WWDC, and we are all surprised about all the features that FaceTime is actually coming with. It has a feature that allows you actually to share your screen with, if you are actually FaceTiming with someone, so you'll be able to share your screen when you're FaceTiming with someone, because it's actually happened to most of us that when you're actually talking to someone, you really want to share your screen with that person who's on the other side you are FaceTiming with, but you can't really do that unless you can actually send them a screenshot to see what you are currently doing, or you just get a screen recording and share with that. So with FaceTime right now, you'll be able to watch movies and do all the type of stuff with someone live by watching with them together if you're actually on FaceTime, instead of you actually telling on the other side like, hey, start playing the video, and you also start playing the video for you to watch the video together. Now with FaceTime, you're actually able to do that. There are also some other features that FaceTime is actually currently coming with, which I'm not going to talk about in this video. There are a lot of features that actually FaceTime is actually coming with, and we kind of appreciate Apple for actually updating FaceTime and actually hearing to the people, because most of the years we don't usually hear people. They usually do whatever they do because Apple is actually best at that, and they do what they think is actually good for people. So the other feature that I'm going to talk about is actually the one that Apple made all app actually do, is because before an app is actually able to track you out of the app, you have to ask you for your permission, and Facebook is not actually happy with that, and they're actually getting with Bao into that. Facebook deciding and saying that I don't really believe into they really believe into a free internet, and everything on the internet should actually remain free. And Apple also saying that the privacy of their user is very important to them, and there's a big clash over that. And Facebook is actually saying you shouldn't believe into a company that is actually making you pay a lot of money for your product and making you believe that they're actually doing doing something for your privacy, while you can have the same type of stuff for free with Facebook. So they're actually going slash and slash with that, and Apple is actually caring about most of its people, and people who are most of his customers, and they decided to release that. And I really think that should actually come to the person who's actually using the product, if they should decide for an app to track them when they're using their phone or when they're not actually using their phone. Because most of the time you will actually find that you're maybe doing something on YouTube, but you find out that Instagram or Facebook is actually able to know what you're actually looking at, and they're actually bringing up ads relative to what you're actually doing. And I really think that Apple is actually doing something that is very right with some of the products that you're actually seeing today really going on. So let's talk about the iPhone 13. I don't really believe that there's actually a big feature that is actually coming or has changed in the iOS 13, because everything is actually still the same. And I'll actually put some pictures on the screen right now for you guys to be able to see what the iPhone 13 will actually look like. We are not sure if this is actually going to be looking like this or if it's actually going to change. There are actually some rumors saying that the iPhone 13 is actually going to come with a USB-C port, but those rumors were actually not real, and we actually say that they won't actually be happening. Apple is not actually going to be is not going to be having a USB-C on the iPhone 13, which is something that everybody really wants. It happened with the latest iPad, because with the latest iPad, people are now able to use their USB-C with the iPad right now. So we are also expecting that to happen with the iPhone 13, but we are not really sure what is going to be happening, because most of the product that Apple is actually releasing, we are trying to keep it hidden. So John Prox actually did a good job to actually give us some of the models that are actually coming on the iOS 15 and what you actually be looking at, and you guys can actually be able to see that on the screen right now, and how it will actually looking at. So those are actually some of the features and some of the updates that I wanted to tell you guys today. So if you guys really enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the video, don't forget to share it, and I'll be able to see you guys when I see you guys in the next one.